I've heard enough. It's like, it's not bad. It's not going on my playlist, but it's not bad. The other song they really, hang on, let's get over to the screen. The other song that they dropped a couple weeks ago, I want to say, let me check what the name is because I've forgotten, Lamau. In a Fever Dream. Yeah, is really fucking good. Big fan. But like broadly, my stance on Hakan is actually it fits quite well. Is that they drop a lot of, or occasionally, like songs I like quite a bit, but like their broader discography is just, I don't think it's really for me. I find primarily its lyrical content to be kind of redundant, and it just, I don't know, a lot of their songs to me feel like a 30 to 40 second really good song they just kind of looped a few times with some like extra flourishes and embellishments to like give the illusion that it's like a longer thing. And if you enjoy that, more power to you. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, you know. But like, I got like I really like the song they dropped, Fever Dream. Enjoy that a bit, quite a bit. Semi-Eternal Beings is really good. I think that they have a few other songs that are in my big old playlist I listen to at work. But, you know. Anyway, hello. Today, it's a funny thing. Originally I wasn't going to be streaming today. But, you know, plans fall through. Alas, Lamau. Yeah. But no, I would very much like to get through Pictomancer today. And then once I have Pictomancer, set and done, I think the next thing on the docket would be... Probably Dancer? Because I've made quite a bit of progress in terms of knocking things out, he says, after streaming once. Well, now. Oh, I never crossed off Viper. Well, no. Every stream, I get just a little bit closer to being fully done with the job quests. And if I'm being entirely honest, I don't know how much I'm feeling doing the job quests anymore. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of them. And I'll be very glad when I'm finally done with all of them. I have been getting that itch to start on ARR, but like, the big issue with that is like, I start ARR, I gotta finish ARR. Like, especially because of like the gimmick I'm planning on doing with it, which again is something that only I will realistically notice. Lamau. But still, like, it has to all be like one big block. ARR, Crystal Tower, Coils of Bahamut. I'll probably do Crystal Tower first just to get it out of the fucking way after I'm done with the ARR MSQ. But anyway, don't really have much to yap about. I think that I'm going to get right into it. Matron, help me. One more complaint this day and I swear. Forgive me, my rambling, but please tell me you haven't come to make a complaint. I haven't. Is something amiss? Well, I should warn you that a Moogle has been making a nuisance of himself here in Gridania. The palmed pest has been harassing adventurers in an attempt to rope them into some painting endeavor. Despite the lack of interest, he refuses to give up. You are an adventuring sort, are you not? If so, you would be wise to give that Moogle a wide breadth. Unless you are the artistic adventuring sort. I suspect he's still loitering in the Aetheryte Plaza if my tale has piqued your interest. Of all the heroes, why must I contend with this mountain of complaints? Ah, I should have checked that off stream. Hang on. I wonder how smoothly I can do this. Log station. I don't want to log in because I don't want to have to type in my password. I just want to see your online store. Oh, I went the wrong way. I'm literally just checking prices. Fuck. Tales of Adventure. There we go. So... that's... wait, there isn't a Tales of Adventure for Endwalker? Oh no, yeah, no, there is. I'm just an idiot. Wow. So 25... 50 buckaroonies. Oh, that's rough. $50 upfront charge to start the Grand Endeavor. You love to see it. You there, Kupo. How would you like to do some painting? Not ordinary painting, mind you, magic painting, where your works come to life. Your imagination's the limit. Ah, Kupo nuts, why won't anyone give me a chance? I could do so much good with the power of Pictomancy. I might be interested in learning more about Pictomancy. What did you say? You're not pulling my palm, are you? You wish to know more about Pictomancy, truly? Hooray, hooray! The name's Kupopo, and I'm extremely pleased to meet you. I am the inheritor of a Pictomancer soul crystal, and I seek a creative individual who can carry on this arcane artistry. A history lesson is in order. Pictomancy was conceived some 1500 years ago in the dusk of the 5th Astral Era. While other schools of magic that originated during that period, such as black and white magic, are expressions of the caster's will, Pictomancy relies on something even more abstract, the imagination. By channeling Aether into a concept held in their mind's eye, a Pictomancer can give form to the formless. It's a bit tricky to wrap your head around, I know, but that's precisely why the great Archon Realm, founder of Pictomancy, incorporated the painter's tools into our art. A gifted artist as well as mage, Realm took up a brush instead of a staff and wielded aether-like paint to give shape to their imaginings. In this way was Pictomancy born, a magical discipline unlike any other. Now, Realm was a charitable soul and never ever used her powers for self-serving ends. She dedicated her life to aiding and defending those in need. During the War of the Magi, Realm traveled the land and saved countless people with her Pictomancy, and it was for those deeds that she earned a place among the 12 Archons. So, how about it? Would you like to take up the Archon's noble legacy and become, dare I say, a Realm Reborn? Wonderful! Your enthusiasm warms my heart. As I have only one soul crystal, however, I must ensure that I entrust it to the right person. Therefore, before I grant you this dazzling opportunity, I require that you attend a job interview. Seek me out at the Carling Canopy and be sure to come prepared with your fanciest Pictomanceryest answers for my flurry of professional questions. Dear God, they're gonna make you fill out a job application in 14. What kind of cruel and unusual punishment is this? Oh, this way. Yeah, so instead, Wednesday, I will not be streaming Wednesday, like at all, guaranteed. It's a little funny because like there is a variant of this Wednesday that like I hypothetically could have streamed, but it wouldn't. It would have been quite rough in general, and then I still wouldn't have streamed today. So I'm losing a day either way, honestly. Oh, oh man. Because next week is my meal prep week. Ah, there you are. I would have invited you to my cozy little hovel and put out tea and biscuits, except I don't have a cozy little hovel, or any home to speak of. For that matter, which is the life of an iterant Moogle. I haven't a guild to my name either, so I can't order us tea and biscuits, but we can avail ourselves of a table. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce this interview commenced. Let's begin with the basics. Might I have your full name? My name doesn't matter. I'm no one of import. 'Tis a fine name. Well met, Arndal Melfren. Right, on to the next question. What do you consider your primary vocation? I'm an adventurer through and through. Defender of the Kingdom of the Realm. I'm, between jobs at the moment. Defender of the Weak and Champion of the Realm. Who declare it with such pride? You must be motivated to help others indeed. You have the ideal temperament for a Pictomancer. And moving along to the next question, how would you rate your artistic abilities? Above average, perhaps? I mean, like, Warrior of Light is, like, canonically a master craftsman. So, like, you know, pat himself on the back. Excellent. While a Pictomancer's most vital asset is their vivid imagination, it certainly wouldn't hurt to have some skills. Speaking of imagination, let's try and put yours to work. Tell me the first thought that enters your mind when you hear the word Moogle. Furry little shits, impressible cuteness, fluffiness, and fun. It's furry little shits. There's story to that. Don't worry about it. I beg your pardon. It's a rather unsettling answer, but I suppose there's a fine line between genius and madness. I won't dwell on it. Now, this next question is very important. Someone's in trouble. What do? Run and hide. Help them, without question. I didn't expect any other answer. If I may ask a follow-up question, can you share a recent example of when you approached a soul in distress? Come again? I hear who's been inundated with complaints about my Pictomancy pitches. Oh dear, that's rather disheartening. But this isn't about me. What's important is that you are not wont to ignore the plight of another. That willingness to serve a greater purpose and emulate Archon Realm's example is the key to becoming a truly talented Pictomancer. Having considered your answers, I reckon you have what it takes to become a capable Pictomancer. I'm so relieved I found you. I deem you worthy of the Soul Crystal. However, I should warn you that it comes with some proverbial strings attached. A bit of emotional baggage, too. You see, several moons ago, I got into a terrible argument with my best friend. We went our separate ways, and I've not seen her since. I wish I could meet her again, try to reconcile, more than anything. So if we hear aught of her during our journey together, I'd like you to lend me a helping hand. If you're still willing to train as a Pictomancer with this condition in mind, then the Soul Crystal is yours, just say the word. Yeah, sure, why not? So you still wish to be a Pictomancer in full acceptance of my condition. Then, as promised, I bestow upon you the Soul Crystal. And to help you get started, I've prepared a set of equipment. Hopefully it fits. Right. Swap over to Pictomancer. There it is. Very nice. Now, you literally embody the soul of a Pictomancer. While a Pictomancer's brush may look like a big paintbrush, it is in fact a stylized variety of staff. That said, you're probably wondering why we don't just use staves. Put simply, it's much easier to bring your imagination to life through the medium of art. Magic brushes and ink allow a Pictomancer to express abstract thoughts in a deliberate manner. As I mentioned though, it's ultimately your imagination that matters the most. For with the wisdom of Pictomancer's past at your disposal, you already possess the artistic skills you require. Now, as much as I would love for you to get to painting right away, there is something else we must do first. We must go to Navka's altar and apologize to the hero you mentioned, and by we, I mean me. Off we go, Kupo. Yes, much because you go speed increase. Shit. I'm wasting my speed increases. I need to play more Picto. I've mentioned before, but when I was leveling it, I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I fell out because I moved on to level other shit. And now I don't know its, like, proper rotation. And having to stop in the middle of combat, primarily to paint the creature motif, is awkward, and I have to presume bad. Because I remember that like there was a rhythm you could fall into where Swift Cast always came off cooldown in time with the creature motif. So either that just isn't a thing anymore, or I just can't find that rhythm. For the love of the elementals, no more complaints. Ah, I beg your pardon, adventurer. That Moogle there, is that perhaps? Indeed, I am the one who caused you so much trouble. If it wasn't my intention to do so, and I've come to beg forgiveness. Oh, I see. As you appear to be genuinely remorseful, all I ask is that you refrain from aggressive solicitations henceforth. Agreed? You have my word. Now that I've found a capable Pictomancer, my soliciting days are over. I'm relieved to hear it. With this matter settled, I may turn my attention to another situation. Oh, and what situation might this be? Distressing noises coming from an empty manor in Gentry Ward. Fiends are believed to be haunting the cellar, and their nightly clamor is keeping the surrounding residents awake. Fiends, you say? Aren't I here? We'll deal with them. Sure. Remember, it is in the spirit of the Pictomancer to lend a helping hand, to shine the light of hope for those in need. This is also a welcome opportunity to put your newfound skills to the test. Rest assured, I'll be there to offer sage advice every wing flap of the way. Your offer of aid is kind indeed, and I accept it with thanks. The Gentry Ward is situated just past Upkalu Falls. Proceed there when you are ready. And ready we are, aren't we, Arntel? Let the Pictomancy training begin. Interesting things happening in Sprout Chat. Nothing's ever gonna beat the ERP just randomly popping up. I long for that high again of just what the fuck is happening. The Gentry Ward lies beyond those gates. Are you ready to put your skills to the test, Kupo? Let's fucking go. Excellent. Time to clear out that manor. Welcome to Hawk Manor. Here we are. I sense monsters lurking below. But before we charge in, allow me to expound upon the fundamentals of Pictomancy. You must first paint a motif on canvas, only then can you bring it to life. Try making a palm motif. Go on, don't be shy. Well done. Now to unleash it upon your foes. Focus your magics on that striking dummy and summon the Palm Muse. Palms away, splendid work. Next, give me your best wing motif. Very good. Now you may invoke your winged muse against our foes, or against our friend, the striking dummy. With palms and wings fresh in your mind, I want you to imagine what these muses could accomplish together. By fusing them, you'll give life to a fantastical Moogle. Think big, Moggificent thoughts, and envision your new friend, Mog of the Ages. Excellent! He may not be as winsome as yours truly, but he should serve you well enough. Aside from your Moogle, a hammer stamp is an excellent alternative to pummeling foes. But if you wish to provide support, I recommend inspiring your allies with Starry Muse. Never stop dreaming up those motifs. Your allies will thank you, and your enemies won't know what hit them. It takes some getting used to, so feel free to experiment. I'll be here when you're ready. All set? Then it's time we silence that noise. The infestation is worse than I expected. We should clear these ones out first. Let's make a lesson of it. By casting spells of different hues, your palette will begin storing Aether. With a sufficiently saturated palette, you may avail yourself of the subtractive palette's increased might. You're natural with that subtractive palette, Kupo. It seems you scared off the stragglers as well. Let's head further in. Oh look, it's Ziggy. Ah, now if that's an obnoxious noisemaker. Since you've grasped the basics, I'll leave you to your Pictomancy. Show that Spriggan what for. Well done, Arentel. I knew you'd make an excellent Pictomancer from the first. What can I say? I'm good. Yeah, you are my friend, and credit to myself as well for spotting your talents. In any case, without those clamorous with those clamorous fiends gone for good, the residents can rest easy once more. But come, let's quit this place. The dampness doesn't agree with my fur. Allow me to congratulate you on a successful first outing, Arentel. The Pictomancers of Eld would be proud. Though you may yet be a novice of the art, as a veteran adventurer, you've grasped the fundamentals quickly, as well you should. Akan Realm didn't urge her disciples to roam the star for her own amusement, you know. She wished for them to intimately understand the wider world, to journey to lands unknown and savor every discovery, to revel in sensations, emotions, and yes, even in danger. For these experiences enrich the palette of the imagination, making one's Pictomancy all the more vibrant. You are returned. I began to worry and came to see whether all was well. Dare I hope you've dealt with the fiends. Wonderful, wonderful. With this, all outstanding matters of concern have been addressed. And like the residents of the Gentry's ward, I too may sleep soundly once more. You both have my heartfelt gratitude. May the matron keep you wheresoever you should go. Did you see how happy we made him? That's the power of Pictomancy for you. And this is only the beginning. As part of your training, you and I shall travel near and far, searching for those in need just as Arkham Realm once did. But you mustn't forget our promise either. Before we take to the road, I'd like to see if the locals know anything about my friend. In the meantime, I bid you to dedicate yourself to honing your skills. I see you've been diligent in your training. You look more confident with that magic brush on your back and exude the aura of a proficient Pictomancer. I can readily tell these things, for I once traveled with a pair of Pictomancers after all. Is this going to show Kryl? That's not Kryl. Your soul crystal used to belong to one of them, in fact. His name was... You think I'm reading that? And he was an exemplar of our art. The other was apprentice, a girl named Beiruru. Despite having seen only 16 summers, she's already an accomplished Pictomancer, and she's a friend of mine who's missing. I'd love to meet Jaque Telaqui. I don't think you pronounce the. It might just be shakes fist at sky. The French. I'm afraid that's not possible. He passed away some time ago. Beiruru thought of him as a grandfather. Even now, she must be feeling so terribly alone, and so I want to find her and make amends. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to learn anything about where she might have gone. But I won't give up in hopes of picking up Beiruru's tale or trail, will retrace my journeys with her and aid those in need along the way. I'm glad you like the plan. Now you'll want to bundle up extra warm, because our first stop will be in Korthus. Camp Dragonhead, to be precise. Shall we? I'm predicting the plot twist now. Okay, so I remember even less about Pictomancer than I did about Viper. Oh, I didn't mention that. Okay, technically first time, air quotes. You'll notice I'm in New Game Plus. I believe it's like, I should have looked up the number, but it's like, my 140 something VOD. It's titled The Unlockathon. I unlock fuck ton of shit, among which being Viper Pictomancer. I sped ran through those quests because I wanted to unlock them and level them so I could impart, so that I could I'll get it. You don't want in part so that I could level them and get through all the quests in one go, and also so that I could just play them because I, you know, see Echoes of Vana'diel, right? So I sped ran. I skipped everything, barely paid any attention, and it's been, I believe, a year since I did that. So technically speaking, I have done it before. I do hypothetically have scant recallings, but like in the case of Viper, the only thing I remembered from Viper was that the thing we fight is red. Unironically, I went through that entire quest thinking that Icky Socks was going to be a worm. I thought he was a worm, or more worm-shaped. Trying to navigate by, I'm just gonna fucking teleport. I don't, but and then obviously he appeared in a cutscene, so I got to see he wasn't actually a worm pretty early on. Point being, I recall very little. I recall genuinely nothing from this, like actually at all. Like I was so thoroughly tuned out of that part of the stream that I have no recollection whatsoever. So anyway, that out of the way, I think that so like Moogles either don't age or they age incredibly slowly, if I recall correctly. So my theory is that Beruru is either going to also be dead. She lived her entire life before Kupopo realized, man, I was kind of a dick. Or she's gonna be like 90 years old, shriveled old lady, like fucking ancient, like fucking her whole life came and gone, and it's like in her final moments they get to reconcile, sort of deal. I didn't realize you mortals were so short-lived. Or like a reverse version of the snow spirits from the Yaqui. Could also be that. Brr, Gauze, but it's cold. Just like when I visited with... You think I'm gonna... Come on, okay, fine. How do you say it? Hey look, the first thing that comes up is how the heck do you fucking pronounce this shit? That doesn't help. Zangtila? Nah. Zankitilaki. That doesn't sound French. English to French? What do you mean I can't type in the fucking translation? I want you to read to me. French text-to-speech. No, no, I want you to read it to me. Here, there we go. You fucking download something on my goddamn computer. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. It's one word! Thank you.
Jean-Petit-Lac.
Jean-Petit-Lac? Jean-Petit-Lac.
Jean-Petit-Lac.
And you know what? It's an old bit, but it checks out. Baby Roo had never seen snow before, and she was the picture of glee. She rolled up a snowball and threw it at me with all her might. Then she threw another, and soon I found myself in dire straits. Oh, I am in dire straits. Yes, just so. I found myself buried in dire straits. Is that the same here? Wait a minute. What are you doing here, Mr. Hearer? Well now, what a curious coincidence that we should cross paths here. I have come to the camp as an emissary of Gridania. Alas, my Ashgardian counterpart with whom I was to meet was wounded during a training exercise prior to my arrival. I tended to him as best I could, but I'm afraid the outlook is grim. Oh dear, are his injuries that grave? While the injury itself wasn't life-threatening, the resulting wound has soured. A poison courses through his body against which my magics are ineffective, and now he burns with a terrible fever. Just this moment, I recalled a treatment that would purge the impurity, but it requires the horn of a rare hartebeest, and I have no skill in hunting. Well, that sounds like the job of our promising Pictomancer. Arentel here can find the hartebeest and take it down with a few swift brushstrokes. You would aid me again, your kindness knows no bounds. It would be prudent to question the garrison about the hartebeest. The creatures are rare, but the knights may have sighted one during their patrols. Perfect, we'll have that horn ready in no time. Oh, no, good. Hartebeests are skittish and rarely linger in one place for long, but God's willing, the knights can send you in the right direction. Helping others on one's travels, this, my friend, is the essence of Pictomancy. Ah, Arentel, you are ever welcome here. Is there aught you require? See any monsters? I wonder if this dialogue would be different if you somehow managed to get to level fucking 50 before 80 before doing probably like ARR, honestly, like late ARR would be like the earliest reasonable cutoff for this dialogue change. It's like the 40-something quest when you uncover the false Inquisitor. Anyway, I see. Yours is an elusive query indeed. As it happens, though, a comrade of mine chanced upon a hartebeest by the Steel Vigil only yesterday. With luck, it will still be there. Bog. If you head to the Steel Vigil, you may find the hartebeest my comrade sighted the other day. I wish you good hunting. Ooh, got Pod. Hello, Pod. Maybe one day I will return to playing Nier. Chances are grim, but they're not zero. They're just close to zero, like 0.01%. I will not lie, I looked at how many side quests I had to complete, and I balked. The fishing did not help, to be entirely honest, as well. Mod the fucking game so I just get the fucking fish I need. You spy a horned silhouette by the entrance of the Weeping Saint. A hartebeest, perhaps. I don't know what a hartebeest is going to be. I I am interested. Is it gonna be like a bug? Like a worm? Oh, it's a fucking, it's what it, okay, there. We must crush the horn into a fine powder. So starting with the hammer sounds right. Oh, that's the same dialogue. You are returned. Please tell me you've obtained a Heartapiece horn. Would you like two? Would I interest you in two? Yes, this is the horn. I cannot thank you enough. I shall use it to prepare an infusion of the for the ailing knight at once. No sooner did you arrive here than you helped a soul in need. Well done, Arentel. I hadn't expected to aid the same person twice, but the road is full of surprises and a Pictomancer prospers from every experience. As you said yourself, the journey is of paramount importance to the Pictomancer. It sure is. A journey to new places is a feast for the imagination, and a well-fed imagination produces more vivid pictures. If you want to grow as a Pictomancer, you can't simply stay in one place. You must go forth and see what's out there. By the way, you've been to Ishgard before, yes? Looking back on your first visit, what emotions and sensations have remained with you so strongly? The grief of losing a dear friend. The warmth I found amidst the bitter cold. You find joy in the times you had. Yours was an arduous journey indeed, Kupo. I can scarcely imagine just how difficult your trials must have been. But it's because you've been shown kindness amidst hardship, I think, that you are driven to show the same kindness to others. Thank you for sharing this with me, Arentel. To hear what's important to you, it inspires me to be hopeful. Now, as I did back in Gridania, I'll make inquiries about my friend, Beiruru. Until it is time to move on, I bid you keep up your training. Wow, crazy. Do a little twirl. Okay, I'm back. Man, that was tough training. Oh, the maddened glint in your eyes, the abysmal posture of one who has produced too many works in far too little time. I can tell you've been training hard. Your aura, too, has burgeoned since last we spoke, leading you the mysterious mane of an artist undergoing a wild and wonderful evolution. You think I'm making this up, do you? That I'm stringing together vaguely relevant affirming words, oh ye of little faith. Thank the matron. Exactly. We should thank the matron for, wait, all the best to Nafka and her bounties. but why are we thanking her? It's that night we helped. I thank the matron. We may speak before you depart, of course. I have someone here who wishes to express his gratitude. Our Ishgardian friend has made a full recovery, and it's thanks to the horn you brought. Your selfless actions have saved my life. I know not how I can ever repay you. Got any information on a Lalafellan Pictomancer who isn't Kryl? No need for that, Kupo. I see you Howlin' Hole. Or to see you Howlin' Hole is repayment enough. I'm given to understand that you are searching for someone, a traveling painter. Indeed I am. Her name is Beiruru, and she's my very best friend. Moved by your endeavor, I took the liberty of making inquiries among my comrades. Alas, none recall having seen such an individual. As patrolling the border is one of my chief duties, we would have noted if your friend passed through. My apologies, we could not be of aid. I see. Still, to have confirmation that Beiruru wasn't here is helpful. Thank you. 'Twas the least I could do for my saviors. Now, we must attend our next meeting, but I wish you well on your journey ahead. Where could Beiruru be? We may not have found any clues here, but with some luck, we'll find her at our next destination, Kugane. Getting there, however, will prove a challenge, unless you've visited the Far East before. I have. Believe it or not. Wonderful, that makes our lives much easier. Now listen closely, I have here a lovingly crafted and blessedly breathable hempen sack. I want you to stuff me inside and teleport me to Kugane with you. You needn't gawp. It's a well-considered request. Well, while I may not be replete with teleportation anima like you, I can tag along as one of your belongings. So stuff me in the sack. I can take it. Man, they're really just not gonna acknowledge the plot hole here, are they? Could they at least lampshade it? I'll accept it being lampshaded. They can lampshade it. They can be like, man, am I glad that you, like, didn't consider me a person for the 45 seconds it took you to teleport. It would have sucked to get lost in the fucking live stream for the rest of my life. The Kupo-sized sack is wriggling rigorously. Insert 5.3 discussions here. I guess 5.2 technically, I think. Ah, what a peaceful nap that was, and I see we've arrived safely in Kugane. The city is as impossibly picturesque as ever. Nope, we're just ignoring it. Okay, fair enough. Why, when I first arrived here with Beiruru and
Jean Ctillac,
I thought we were in a waking dream. We were all fascinated by Far Eastern art, especially that bright, bold presentation of the ukiyo-e prints. It was a treat to view so many pieces up close. What of you, Arentel? What do you recall most vividly about your first visit here? How furious I was at a conniving Namazu. Those pop-eyed pests are nothing but trouble, if you ask me. They think they can get away with all manner of mischief and look cute doing it, but only Muggles should be able to do that. Still, to meet such unusual creatures, walking, talking fishfolk, would have stirred your imagination to no end, and you would have your journey to thank for the experience. Right then, I'd like to begin searching for Beiruru, and I think the tea houses would be a good place to start. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this hapless fool. Precisely, Kupo. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this hapless... Wait, who's getting struck down? Hold on a moment. It's a soul in need of aid. What troubles you, good sir? Oh, turbulent tides take me. I am an art dealer from Ul'dah, you see, and I came to Kugane to sell a masterpiece I acquired in Eorzea. But nary a day before we arrived, we were engulfed by a terrible storm. We rocked and rolled, barely able to keep the ship from capsizing, and in the chaos, the crate containing my precious piece was cast into the rolling waves. That's terrible. Is there any chance it could be found? Assuming it wasn't dragged into the fathomless depths, the sailors tell me the crate has likely drifted into the Rupee Sea. Confederate waters. No one is willing to go and search for me. I believe it's your time to shine again, Arentel. You can help this poor fellow, yes? Well acquainted with the pirates, you say? If you could speak with them about my crate, I'd be grateful beyond words. The Confederate pirates of Sakazuki keep a close watch on the nearby waters. If anyone has seen the crate in question, it would be them. What good fortune to meet a well-connected adventurer so far from home. I shall pray to the traders for good tidings. While you scour the Ruby Sea, I'm going to fly about town and see if any passerby have spotted Beirut. Good luck to us both. Onokaro, it's further away, but I can just fucking R as opposed to having to navigate out of a cave. It will take longer, but be less annoying. I'm at over 511 hours of Final Fantasy XIV gods. I think that is moderately insane. I mean, to a certain degree, that's like probably a decent way to go, ah yes, Final Fantasy XIV is roughly this many hours if you are just doing it as fast as you possibly can. Wild. Insane. Or like, no, better actually. It's more so a halfway decent yardstick for roughly how much narrative content there is in like traditional quest structures. I tack on an extra like 40 to 50 hours for the stuff that I'm just not doing. Totaling once I'm done with everything on my list. And that's just narrative shit. Aren't you the, never mind. Oh, if it isn't our friend Arentel, well, what brings you back to these parts? Business with Rasho and Tensui, perhaps? A crate containing a piece of art. As a matter of fact, we fished something like that out of the water not long ago. But as you well know, the Ruby Sea is our territory, and anything the tides deliver to us is ours by right. We cannot just hand it over. But we owe so much to Arentel. I haven't forgotten. That being the case, why don't we make it interesting and have a friendly contest for the crate? Challenge accepted. That's the spirit. We'll make it simple. Hunting ogre crabs. Both sides will get the same amount of bait. The person who can catch more crabs is the winner. Alright then, once you've used up your bait, once you've used up your bait, bring the shells to me as proof. I'll be waiting. Perfect. Let the contest begin. Poison and rush that one. You need only lay your bait by the shore and dispatch any ogre crabs that take it. When you've no bait left, come back and show me the shells you collected from your kills. Oh, that's like prime crab territory right there. Crab-worthy crag. It's even got like alliteration going on. Let's fucking go. There are going to be 3 spots. Oh no. Only 1 crab? Oh, not 3 crabs. Bad start. There's only three spots. It's not like the Stormblood quest. Damn. No, I have a choice. Shit. It is like the Stormblood quest. I'm trusting the water. Let's go. Big money. Oh, you brought the shells. I'll take them off your hands then. And the winner is Arentel by merely a single shell. Congratulations. Good show, Arentel. I expected nothing less from you. I'm a man of my word, so the crate's yours. Though it was just a friendly game, it was a privilege to go up against you. I'll be sure to tell everyone about it. Yes, thank you for humoring us. I hope the crate is what the merchant is after. Ogre crab shells are light and durable, ideal for crafting armor. As to say, they're good for a bit of coin. Again, I appreciate you indulging my competitive spirit. Be bragging about it to all my friends for days to come. Welcome back. How far the search? Ah, you have returned. Were you able to find my crate? I was able to find a crate. I hope it's the right one. No guarantees, though. Oh, traders be praised. This is the very crate I lost, and it's still intact. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. Words fail to express my gratitude. It's impressive indeed that you could track down the crate. Excellent work, Arentel. Remind me, what was in the crate again? A painting? After having been adrift for so long, I hope it hasn't been ruined. Judging by its condition, I want to believe that all is well, but let's see. Thank the traders, it's unharmed, and there I thought I had packaged it excessively. Pluck my palm, that's one of...
Jean Ctillac.
Pieces. Oh, you have a keen eye, indeed. This is the work of the traveling artist...
Jean Ctillac. Painted
it in the winter of his years. I purchased it a few moons ago from a young lady who was his apprentice. Beiruru. I've been searching all over for her. Do you know where she is? Oh, she was a friend of yours, I take it. Please, tell me everything you know. Where you met, where she might be now, everything. She's dead. I don't know how to say this, but from what I heard... From what I've heard, your friend has passed on. Walking. Called it. She came to Ul'dah to sell a small trove of...
Jean Ctillac.
His works are extremely rare, so it caused quite a stir among art dealers. Expensive though the pieces were, it didn't take long for her to sell them all. and once she had, she disappeared. Her belongings were apparently strewn about her in-room, yet there was nary a sign of foul play. None have seen her since, and 'tis rumored she found a quiet place to end her life. No, I knew I knew
Jean Ctillac.
death left a void in her heart, but Beiruru wouldn't have, she couldn't have. This is a rumor, nothing more. We don't know anything for certain. Are you telling me that the Pictomancer quests might have a little bit of sauce? But... Forgive me, it was not my intent to cause you distress with these grim tidings. 'Twas because of them, in fact, that this piece failed to sell in Eorzea. Thus did I bring it all the way to the Far East, hoping to find a buyer here instead. Now, it isn't much, but please accept this as a token of my gratitude. With that, I must take my leave of you and go to meet with my prospective client. I'm sorry, Arantel. You did well. You did. But if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a while. They have a chance to tell a very interesting story. But this is Dawntrail writing, so I'm gonna be entirely honest. I don't expect them to try and say anything poignant here. Oh, it's you. What is it? I wanted to see how you were faring. It's very kind of you. Truth be told, I'm still struggling to come to terms. If Beiruru has truly left this world, it means that I wasn't too late, thank goodness. If only. Oh, it's you, Mr. Art Dealer. What brings you back to us? I've concluded my business here and shall be returning to Ul'dah, but before I take ship, I wish to speak with you again. Tis plain your friend's fate weighs heavily on your mind. If you wish to know the truth for certainty, I shall be glad to introduce you, or to introduce someone who deals in information. You think this person would know what became of Beiruru? Oh yes, this man makes it his business to know everyone else's in Ul'dah. At the very least, he should be able to tell you if your friend yet lives. He also happens to owe me a favor. I shall personally ask him to assist you. It's, Waymond? Waymon? Once you arrive in Ul'dah, head to Emerald Avenue and look for a bespectacled man with a self-satisfied grin. That will be him. Now then, it's time I boarded my vessel. Farewell, my friends, and best of luck in your search for the truth. I want to know, Arantel, desperately, but at the same time, I'm so scared. If Beiruru is really gone, we'll face the truth together. Shining the light of hope for me, are you? You've grown so much as a Pictomancer. Thank you. But with you at my side, I feel I can press on and face whatever comes. Right, let's head to Ul'dah. We'll do it the same way as the journey here. You teleporting me in the sack. I love plot holes! Plot holes are my favorite! We're now carrying a Kumo-sized sack. It would be prudent to handle the burden with utmost care. Like, yeah, it's a really funny idea. It's really cool. 5.3. You know, one of the best patches in the game, if not the best patch in the game, where they directly addressed this as a concept and explained why it wouldn't work, or why it would be extremely dangerous. Oh, I have 8th rate tickets for this, hang on. To evidence for how rarely I touch Pictomancer. I gotta get more pretty soon. If I can relearn Dragoon, I can relearn Pictomancer. But why would I play Pictomancer when Black Mage is right there? Waymond. Ah, I was close. That was a lovely little nap. And just like that, we've arrived. The towering cityscape, the dry desert air mingling with the scent of Gil, there's no mistaking Ul'dah. Now then, we should find the fellow who deals in information. And I believe I have. That bespectacled man there with a grin that does indeed bespeak unwavering confidence. Well, if it ain't the pair the art dealer called about. You could tell who we were just like that. You really do know things. Aye, well, that's true enough. But to be fair, I'd have to be blind as a bat to miss a Moogle traveling with the savior of the Bleeding Realm, and then some. I understand you're looking for a friend. Ah, that's right. Her name is Beiruru, and she was last seen in Ul'dah. If you know anything about what became of her, you must tell me. Don't get your palm in a twist. I'll oblige your burning curiosity. It was about half a year past that Beiruru came to Ul'dah. She brought with her 8 of
Janctilac
paintings, which she put up for sale. She sold the lot within a matter of weeks, and with the small fortune she made, she went and bought herself accommodations at the ossuary. No, that can't be right. Afraid it is, my furry friend. Now, it bears stressing that being interred in the city is not an inexpensive proposition. Hardly surprising given the limited space what's left. But she made the donation to the ossuary up front and in full, an amount most folk will never see in their lifetimes. What did she do after that? That remains a mystery. Her room at the inn was found neat and tidy. He wouldn't have known she'd been there if not for some personal belongings left behind. Among those of greatest interest was a set of traveling gear, a coin purse containing the payment for the room, and a letter, what said she wasn't coming back. Finding it all a bit odd, the innkeep called the Brass Blades to investigate, but the evidence led him to conclude that she was voluntarily missing, and likely dead by her own hand. Then Beiruru really is gone. That's what they think, but who's to say, eh? There's only one way to be certain, I reckon. According to a priest who oversees burials, Beiruru's coffin is stored in Ergil's burial chamber over by the ossuary. You'll have to open it up and see what's there, or what's there or isn't with your own eyes. I'll go there at once. Grave robbing! Woo! And off he flies. We should go after him. Depending on what's waiting, he'll need support. My sauceometer is dropping. I'll be entirely honest. I don't know what I want this to be. I want it to be good. Tactful. Say something. I'm sorry, but that is out of the question. Gotta break in. I beg you, it would only be a little peek. That does not make it any less an act of defilement. We cannot allow you to disturb the dead. Arntel, well, this priest says we can't check Baby Ruru's coffin. Please explain the situation to him. So, that is the way of it. While I am not unsympathetic to your plight, a coffin may only be opened in exceptional circumstances, and with the permission of family, which you are not. I'm sorry, but I must ask that you leave me in peace. I have my hands full with other pressing matters. Oh, and what matters might those be, if I may ask? In order to address the shortage of burial space in the city, we've been underway to expand Aralig's burial chamber downwards. Alas, the excavators inadvertently unleashed a horde of zombies from an unmapped ruin. It's fallen to me to deal with them. Oh, this sounds like another opportunity for Arntel to put his Pictomancy to work. Pictomancy, you mean the art created by the fabled Archon Realm, who roamed the land lending aid to those in need. None other. The matter of the tomb can wait. Let's tend to these zombies first. Why, I should be most grateful. The zombies have taken to prowling the Silde excavation site in central Thanalan. Please see that those tormented souls finally know rest. You will not have difficulty locating the zombies at the Silde excavation site. Grant them the peace they deserve, please. Those zombies will be no match for your brushstrokes. Break out the subtractive pellet. What a shame. I'm burning the kill. I don't care. Zombies have been dealt with. Wonderful. You have my heartfelt thanks. Good Pictomancer. While you were away, I spoke further with Kupopo and his relationship, about his relationship with Mr. Beiruru. I understand now that they were as family to one another. In light of this, and also in recognition of your service, I will allow you to examine the coffin, if you will follow me. This is the one. If you are ready, I shall open it. Very well. Please, please don't let it be her. What? What is this? Lol. Lamau even. A painting. Yes, we can all see, we can all see that, and I recognize it as well. This is
Jean Ctillac.
its final work, the Ephemeral Palace. Why was this painting in the casket? And if Beiruru isn't here, then where could she possibly be? I'm afraid no one in the Order knows where she has gone. She's in the painting. Several moons ago, Mrs. Beiruru came to us unannounced. Pardon me, is anyone there? Greetings, my child. Are you come to pay your respects? No, I was told I could purchase a tomb here. Tombs are bestowed upon pious souls who make a donation, yes? Oh, I see. In that case, I wish to make a donation. My master's painting is fetched at a high price, so I believe I have sufficient funds. Would it be possible to have the tomb prepared immediately? In that manner did she secure burial rights, and so we set about making the necessary arrangements. When all was in readiness, she requested a moment alone in the chamber, so I waited outside the entrance. She's in the painting. When she did not emerge after a time, I went back in to check on her, only to find that she was gone. There was only the painting and a handwritten note instructing us to inter it. Are you saying Beiruru vanished into thin air? So far as I could tell, as you can see, there is only one entrance to this chamber. I organized a large-scale search, thinking she might have wandered into the lower levels, or even those under excavation. Yet still, we found nothing. At length, the search was called off, and without answers, what else could I do but fulfill her final wish? I placed the painting within the coffin, where it has remained ever since. Curiouser and curiouser. That is everything I know. I'm sorry, I could not tell you more. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return to my duties. Yes, of course. Come on then, let's head back outside. Oh, they're both gonna be in that painting, aren't they? Interesting.
Jean Ctillac.
His final painting and interring
Jean Ctillac.
his final painting and vanishing without a trace. I'm not sure what to make of Beiruru's actions. What about you, Arntel? Do you have any? She's in the painting.
Jean Ctillac.
This painting must be the key to this puzzle. I hope so, because if the painting can't help us find answers, then I have no idea where we go from here. I suppose it's back to the search. I'm going to take some time to ponder things and see if I can't think of other leads to pursue. Meanwhile, please continue to train. Think colorful thoughts, keep your brush arms supple, and come and find me when you feel your artist's aura has grown further. Why, Arntel, I can tell you've been applying yourself to your training. Oh yes, the enigmatic aura of an accomplished artist is unmistakable. I'm put in mind of... son of a bitch, I just fucking swap tabs to...
Jean Ctillac.
As he was in his prime. Now then, imagine a great big canvas that has yet to receive a single drop of paint. That, unfortunately, is the state of my search for Beiruru. I couldn't find any clues as to her whereabouts, and I'm at a loss as to what to do next. We jump into the painting! Perhaps we should... Perhaps we should consider what Beiruru's objective might have been. Beruru's objective, if we're to even guess, then I think I have no choice but to revisit the events of that fateful day. Let us speak of the very root of our troubles, the argument that led to Beruru and I going our separate ways. On that day, the two of us returned to Limsa Lorenza after a journey, the first without
Jean-Ctillac.
company. Old age and long years on the road had taken their toll, and we had made the difficult decision to leave him in the care of a sanatorium. With a smile on his face as he lay abed, he had wished us well on our coming adventure, and reminded Beruru that she mustn't... Could it be? Yes. Yes, it must. Beruru has become part of the painting. I don't blame you for being confused. I promise to make everything clear soon. Arntel, you've been the best student I could have hoped for. You've trained diligently, aided those in need, and kept your promise to me. I can't rightly ask more of you, but for this thing I'm about to do, I'm afraid I must. I beg you, lend me your strength one last time. Come and meet me at Jadeite Flood. I'll be waiting. Oh, I do remember interacting with the painting. That's right. It's coming back to me. I looked the entire quest line. Hold on. There you are, Arntel. I know you must have questions. I wanted to explain everything. I've robbed the tomb. I took a few pretty pieces. I convinced the ossuary priest to let us borrow the painting. They inherited it in other works from
Jean-Ctillac.
After he passed away. He's definitely dead. Okay. On the day of our argument, Beruru and I had returned from our first journey together, as I said. But when we arrived at the sanatorium to see how
Jean-Ctillac
had fared in our absence, all that awaited us was a few of his paintings and personal belongings. Okay, so he's still alive then. Okay, well, you see, here we go. A fell fiend had found its way into the facility a few days prior, seeking to protect his fellow patients.
Jean-Ctillac
Confronted and vanquished the beast, but the exertion proved too much. Beruru and I were devastated. If only he had returned sooner, taken a quicker route, or had not wasted as much time.
Jean-Ctillac
Might still be alive. Such thoughts tormented us. Beruru took it hardest, for she had lost her only family. She clung to me and wept like a child with her doll. And I, in a moment of poor judgment, said something foolish. I told her that she needn't depend on me so. That she could stand on her own feet as a pictomancer, that she should... She shoved me away in anger. One unkind word led to another. We shouted at each other till our throats were hoarse. When there was nothing left to say, she stormed off alone, cradling
Jean-Ctillac
painting in her arms. The rest you know. Sometime after, she journeyed to Ul'dah, sold the paintings for the funds to purchase her tomb, and then vanished. For so long, I've been unable to understand what she was thinking and where she might have gone, but the answer was right under our noses. You see, Beruru possessed such a vivid imagination that she could bring any of her thoughts to life. As this rare gift allowed her to not only create but reshape.
Jean-Ctillac
made her promise that she would never use her powers to alter a living being. But in her grief, she did just that. She made herself one with his painting. It's hard to believe, I know, but the painting itself tells the tale. Once it exuded warmth and whimsy, now it is enshrouded in a stifling pall of sorrow. And this brings me to my request. Using my own magics, I want to enter the painting and save the Ruru, but I don't know if I can do it alone. Can I rely upon your aid, Arntel? I'm in your debt. Be warned. The painting will be a world where one's imagination is made manifest. That's to say, anything can happen, so see to it you are fully prepared. All set to dive into the painting? Ready when you are. I know this place. Look, looks like we made it. The Grand Cosmos. But how? I'm glad I could acknowledge it. So the writers have played Shadowbringers. Address it. How were we teleporting the Moogle around? Ah! Oh, is the scenery familiar to you? Oh, I need a new chair. You've been in such a place in another world. The mere thought of it boggles the mind. As I recall,
Jean Ctillac.
saw this opulent palace in a dream and was inspired to recreate it on canvas. Perhaps his arcane affinity allowed him to visit other worlds beyond our own in his sleep, or perhaps someone from that world sent him the vision. Regardless, we are undoubtedly within the painting. Beiruru must be here somewhere. Let's go. I'm just keeping the fucking tab open. I quit. I'm done. It's there now. Beiruru. It's me, Kupopo. I've come for you. You've come for me? No one would do that. No one. Master
Jean Ctillac.
is gone because of me, because I was too late. You mustn't say that, Beiruru. You're not to blame. Even Kupopo has abandoned me, my only friend. That isn't true. I'll always be your friend, no matter what. Please, Baby Roo, please come back to me. Oh no. She belongs to me, and you have no place here. Master...
Jean-Ctilac.
No, you're just a shade born of the imagination. That you should call me a shade, Kupopo. Your insolence cannot be borne. Wah! The real
Jean-Ctilac.
would never harm Kupopo. A Pictomancer, one in possession of my soul crystal, no less. An imitation, you are no match for the master you aspire to be. My imagination is my own, and it's more than a match for yours. Bold words, but you will soon be made to know the true power of Pictomancy. Takes off the mask. I am Hades. Oh, it's the Phantom dude from the one Omega Raid. Here within my masterwork, imagination dictates reality. I shall paint the finishing touches in shades of your terror. That is a cool model. I'm glad they're using it again. Bozo. did it, Arental. Your imagination triumphed over his. Beiruru, wake up, Beiruru. Come on now, you sort of fool of a Lalafell. Step out of it. Kupopo, what are you doing here? We came to bring you back, Kupo. We've been looking all over for you. Never thought that anyone would come after me in the painting. Arental, was it? Thank you for accompanying Kupopo on in his journey. It's a Pictomancer's duty to help others. Indeed, Master
Jean-Ctilac.
taught me the very same, and I strove to live up to our duty. I couldn't save him. I couldn't save the man who raised me. It's not your fault, Beiruru. Even the brightest, most imaginative minds can't predict the future. Why are you even here? Trying to be nice after everything you said? My best friend, and you abandoned me when I needed you. Told me to make my own way. You know why I said what I said. I'm not real. No matter how much I wish it, I can't remain by your side forever. Oh, he's a fake Moogle. Like the
Jean-Ctilac.
we defeated. I'm a product of Pictomancy. You're your imaginary friend and nothing more. It isn't uncommon for children to have imaginary friends. They create us in their minds to help cope with their struggles. But children grow up, and when they do, we disappear. You don't have to disappear, though. I painted you into being, my very first creation. Just like I painted Master
Jean-Ctilac.
so I could fix my mistake, and so I wouldn't be alone. We just straight up... Actually, hang on! Pictomancers can do wonderful things. By bringing our imagination to life, we bring hope to those in need. This Arental learned through his journey. And so did you, Beiruru. But no matter how harsh reality may be, a Pictomancer isn't meant to paint over it. Rather than escape reality, we're meant to give people the courage to face it. But how can I when those who matter most to me are gone? In giving hope to others, you'll find hope of your own. I have things to say. I wonder if Snotic Scribe has made a video on this yet. Giving hope to others as a Pictomancer. Perhaps I can find the strength to stand on my own by holding them in my heart. What the... Oh. I forgot about that. Lomo! You will. You absolutely will, and you'll be just fine. Safe in that knowledge, I can now take my leave. Farewell, Arental. It was a joy to journey with you. Farewell, Beiruru. You're my dearest friend, and you always will be. It would be a fucking Lalafell too. my opinion of this quest line has tanked dramatically. Arentel. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Thank you for keeping Kupopo to find and save me. For helping. No. Can't read. When he faded away, a warm and comforting aether flowed into my body. The magic I had used to create him, I think. In that instant, the moment's memories he shared with you became mine. The shade of the shroud, the chill of Porthos, the brilliance of Kugane, the two of you traveled far. I felt Kupopo's desperation as he searched for me, his yearning for our days on the road with Master
Janctilac.
and his happiness at having found a friend in you. But what of you, Arentel? How did you find the journey? Kupopo was a wonderful travel companion. Kupopo would be glad to hear that, and I am too. It means a lot to know that someone else will remember him fondly. I saw my first Moogle here, you know, the way it danced through the air, so full of life and joy. What child wouldn't have wanted a friend like that? I could create him again, recall the feeling and the image, and paint him anew. But I won't, because as the two of you taught me, parting isn't the end. Thank you, Arentel, for everything you've done for both Kupopo and me. From here, I will start out on another journey as a Pictomancer. Wherever I go, I vow to paint a path of hope, as Master
Janctilac
once did. And just as you will continue to do, I'm sure. But where am I going to find you so I can do my end of questline checkup? Probably just keep chilling in Gridania, honestly. Or she will magically reappear directly in front of me right now. Nope! Alright, well, we're trying Gridania first. And then I'm looking it up. Well, no. Okay, so, Little Ms. Lalafell just reinvented fucking creation magics. She can just do that, I guess. Huh? What? So, what? What do you mean? What if the whole point of the Sundering was removing humanity's access to creation magics? We can't do it anymore. It was one of Selk's, like, biggest points of, look at how fucking lesser you are. What do you mean Pictomancy is just creation magics again? And you can't say, oh, they're cheap facsimiles. No, obviously fucking not. If a fucking hearer where, like, one of the major things that hearers can do is fucking see the fucking Boogles, couldn't tell the fucking difference. The solitary potential difference between by its current fucking showing, between Pictomancy and creation magics is that when Kupopo died, its aether returned to Beiruru, which means that Beiruru was having to actively. Oh, grr. So also, if the aether in Kupopo was actively being supplied by Beiruru, then how could have Kupopo have entertained to any degree the thought that Beiruru was dead? Because if Kupopo needed the Aether from Beiruru to continue existing, then his existence would have been evidence of the continued living of Beiruru. Where the fuck is she? Okay, hang on. I'm closing that. She's in Razdatan. Okay. Not a huge fan. Slightly annoyed. I think that this is the... No, wait. No, yes. I want to say it's this one. Apparently she's near the start of the jumping puzzle. I believe it starts around here. Yeah. A lot of interesting lore problems with the... Again, I'm very interested if the Synodic Scribe has made a video on it, because... Oh boy. Other than the several lore problems that came up, it was a sweet story. I liked it a fair bit. I 100% feel like it is one of those stories where, like, it would have been a lot better if it had, like, at least another 10 levels worth of time to, like, lay itself out. I really feel like this story arc does not feel complete. Right? It feels like it's missing almost an entire arc. And that's just like, man, you know, it's... Okay, where the fuck? 10-13? Oh, I mean, I'm heading in the right direction now. Well, yeah. I'm okay with it. It's fine. I'm gonna have to rewatch all of my job quest VODs at some point so I can, like, put them in order. Like, a proper fucking tier... Fuck! Am I gonna have a tier list stream? I might. Arentello, it's a pleasure to cross paths with you again. How fare you of late? My journey continues. Thanks to you and Kupopo, after my return to reality, I took to the road in search of fresh perspectives, and I found plenty of them here in Razdatan. The city fascinates me to no end. Life flourishes in every color, and my imagination has grown all the richer for it. I plan to roam Thavnair for a time and aid those in need along the way. If I can make a positive difference in this world with my Pictomancy, just as you and your predecessors have, then it will be all be worth it. Beautiful. And with that, Pictomancer's done. Cross it off the list. It was roughly long. I think it was slightly shorter than Viper. But that might just be because it had less combat in it. Pictomancer is fun. Job Quest is fine. It's better than Paladin. You know? Better than Paladin. That's not saying much, but it is true. Better than Paladin. Man. I wonder how long that is. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I briefly entertained the idea of doing something else, but like, in another world, the something else would have been Viper. You know? Like, today I definitely have time for it. But alas, already done. And I'm officially out of jobs where they came... Oh, Dancer. I could... How am I feeling about my Dancer thumbnail? Because I do know that I really fucking like my Pictomancer thumbnail. The answer thumbnail does go pretty hard. This is true. Pictomancer 1 is also full of whimsy, though. Whimsy or elegance? Good question. Or, I just stream separately. Or, crazier idea. It's been 2 hours. I take my break. I put it on scene ending. I come back. I do Dancer. I upload the VOD twice. And then I split it. Delightfully devilish. Or I skip that bullshit. I end stream. I take like a break for an hour, and then I come back and go live again. Solid plan. Anyway, bye.